He's mad. Sort of mad, but mad with lots of money. Ah, then he can't be mad. I've been around. If a man has lots of money, he's just eccentric. The Light's Fantastic by Terry Pratchett. Hello and welcome to this casted game, played between Pbatt, playing as Berlin Command, his signature division, and he's up against Finn Suojeluskunta, who I'm going to be calling Finn for the rest of the game, playing as Berlin Command, his signature division, and they're on Loop. Loop's a pretty funny map because it's very wide, so it's very difficult to cover it with short-range AA, which is all that Berlin Command gets. So this is really going to be a battle of who can abuse the Nighthawk the most, and who can shoot down the other's Nighthawk, or Noophawk as it were. Let's talk about Loop. The map is a little bit imbalanced. Pbatt does have the advantage here, because he will get to Foxtrot. Well, basically red gets to here when blue gets to here, so blue gets the town, quote-unquote, for free. And then in the middle, blue gets the town for free, red gets this, which is obviously not as big an area, so with MLRS being a bit better now, you can push him out. And on the right side, blue has a big hand in Delta because he can put guys in these buildings, and he can also he'll get these buildings, so he can cross over more easily using the bridge. So let's cast the deployments, and I'll start with Pbatt's. Got one Fox on the left here, fast passed up and then sent around. Yeah, it's an interesting decision. I guess he really wants it to be there before it starts shooting. But yeah, if it can get to here, it can shoot the guys reinforcing, so it's obviously great to have that, particularly if it gets like these trees. It can really shoot everybody reinforcing. Behind that, he's got an FR Polizei Reserve. These are just a meat squad. They don't really do a whole lot, but they are meat for the machine. They're basically bad RAF rifles, so I'm not sure why he brings these instead of RAF rifles. And they haven't been pathed. Oh no, they have. He's sending them over here. So I'm not sure why he deployed them here if he's going to send them over here. So that's an odd decision. And the CV is going to go Alpha Charlie Bravo. So only one CV for Pbatt. Behind that, he's got so this is a 20mm AA gun. It's like a towed gun, but it's bugged, and they've never bothered fixing it because nobody uses it because it's so bad. But it's treated like a man-pad, so it can go into buildings even though it's a 20mm towed AA gun, and it gets transported in the car as opposed to behind the car and all this. It's very odd, but because it's so ridiculously bad, they just don't bother. But basically, I guess he's using it as a infantry support weapon because it's 5 strength, right? So he's using it like an IFV, but it doesn't have pen. Anyway, big blob of units here, and they're all going to Echo, and that consists of 2 of the aforementioned AA unit going to here, RAF Polizei Reserve going to here, RAF Rifles going to here, Engineers Dragon going to here and here. He should know that he can get in the church. Yeah, so that's probably what all this stuff is. Behind that, 120mm mortar. So all he's got going to Foxtrot, 2 Foxes. So Foxes in Foxtrot, one going to here, one going to here, and he's just sort of hoping that red doesn't attack. All the stuff's going to the middle, but it's very difficult for the middle to be sieged down at the start. So I disagree with this, but you know, whatever. I don't play Berlin Command as much as these guys do. So Pbatt's got some pissy bees, and they are not going to the church. And he's got some sec, and so this is the church. Religious people can see further than atheists, and this is the atheistic dwelling, which obviously can't see as far. But I guess Pbatt has denounced God and decided that instead of taking the church, he's going to go to this building next door with both of his recon. And he's got also another Fox here to cover this side, which is an interesting decision. I guess he's wary of enemy Foxes. Furthermore, even more units in the middle. Really wants guys in the middle, so he's got another sec. They're going to there, and then 2 pissy bees. Worth talking about these. So they're basically really good at close quarters combat. The MP5's very good. Satchel's good. 84 good. Shock is rubbish. Special Force is good. False flag means that they will be shot at last by the AI automatic targeting. but you can manually target them. It's just a meme, really. I mean, it's a funny meme, but it is a meme. And then 2 more foxes going to here. So he's got all this stuff, and surely he intends to smoke this and go. And that's why he's got this. Surely he intends to do that. I don't watch these games beforehand. I cast them blind. Otherwise, I'm not really excited because I know what's going to happen. So on the right, he's got 1 fox going all the way here, and he's trying to sneak around the back, which is very dishonorable. And 1 Milan 2 going to here. So he's just completely ceded Delta. It's such an odd decision to me to deploy like this. He just really wants Echo, but we'll see what happens. Switch into Finn's deployment. Finn has got 5 foxes going on the left side of India, so they'll run into this 1 fox and blow him up. So Pbatt will get an advanced warning, presumably. 1 CV going India and then going all the way around. Looks like he does want to get into Bravo. It is interesting that Pbatt's put a guy here, because usually it would go here. But here is going to be perfect to stop those foxes. And then 1 Vab Milan with a Milan 2 in it, and that's just going to here. And he's leaving the vehicle next to the guy, which I don't recommend. I'd probably have the guy here and the vehicle here or something. No, you want the guy in front, really. So guy here, vehicle here. I don't know, something like that. But hey, both these guys literally only play Berlin Command. So 2 Pissy Bees going to the town. Rifles going to Echo. Recoilless rifles, not seen this yet. This is supposed to be Berlin light rifles bread and butter, but because they're 70 points, which is really quite expensive, you don't see them around a lot. And basically the idea is you saturate the enemy with recoilless rifle rounds, which can shoot at both vehicles and infantry, but with an absolutely awful accuracy. And then you get them resupplied, and you just keep them alive all game. So you'll notice that he's got a supply with them. He's got a supply with his recoilless rifles. Well, I mean, the supply's going here, but 2 more foxes, and they're going around to here. So Pbatt doing a really good job of predicting where Finn is going to send his foxes. He simply underestimated the quantities. Over on the left, Chocolate Eclair is going to here. Right, so Finn is actually making a play for this with a fox, 2 Pissy Bees, the Chocolate Eclairs, Engineers Flash, the CV, of course. CV's not going there, never mind. Supply. So Finn is actually making a play for this, and Pbatt's only got two foxes, so we'll cast it, and I'll do it from this perspective. I am looking forward to this, actually. Right, so they're off, and I'd like to take this time to thank the generous channel joiners. At the higher levels, they get their games casted, or cast, at a rate of 1 per month. And you could send me anything. Some guy was trying to gloat, and he was like, well, what if I send you a game which is 40 minutes of me sat in a field? Yeah, I'll cast it, bro. I'll cast it. Put some Subway Surfers up in the top right-hand corner, and away we go. So I am looking forward to seeing the flanks and the counter-flanks. Pbatt should win the middle, and Finn should win the sides, at least from the deployment. So I'm going to have to do some rotation here so that we can keep an eye on all these contacts which are going to be happening at once. Oh my gosh, stop Steam messaging me. I'm trying to record something. Just going to switch to Do Not Disturb. So the foxes go... And, Finn makes the vital mistake of having his fox miss. Even though they're the same vehicle, his fox missed. So that's just skill issue from Finn there. And he's forced to pop his smoke. And now he's going to try again. Even though his fox missed the first salvo. Oh, and then he gets destroyed. So that was a skill issue. He was already at the disadvantage. He needs to unload this or it could die. Pissy B one-shots that, though. I guess that was the point. And Chocolate Eclairs will soon be in range. He should move him. He should move him up. Come on, man. Just right-click. Over here, nothing's happening. They've still not reached it over there. Lots of foxes dying. Well, we're 2-1 on the foxes, so Pbatt has lost more foxes because he lost a fox over here. Oh no, but there were two. I think it's 2-2. Seed playing out, but it's also a bomber. Why doesn't he just click this and right-click that? It's not doing anything. New Pork out. This will do something, so that's why he's not doing it. He doesn't want to get lit up, so he's just like, whatever, buy New Pork. And that's a kill, and he really needs to evac it. You should evac it as soon as the bomb drops, otherwise the enemy could buy a fast fighter, although when you're against Berlin Command, that's not going to happen. If this is giving you vertigo, let me know. Right, so, as you might expect, one team won. This fox is round the back, trying to mess up the... he's... that's not going to work. So good micro from Finn getting it out of there. The AMX-30B, of course, is like a really big fox. Yeah, but Pbatt's foxes have got round the side here. I think, yeah, he must have just threaded the needle here, and the rifles can't see it. The Vab Milan is being used, and that should get a kill. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's 45% accuracy, actually, so that, you know, maybe shouldn't have happened. Finn on a +2. He's resupplying, resecuring Foxtrot. Nobody has gone for Delta. This is on move instead of attack move, so he's using the 30% stabilizer instead of the 60% actual, but now he's just stopped in the middle of the field, and he's going to get lit up by the ground Milan too, so that's 50% accuracy. This guy finally drops his bombs, and it does very little. He should have just bought a noob hawk. Why buy the Mirage? Over here, these guys are about to break through, and the Milan will get a couple shots off on this before they get in range. I think they should get one. This fox has got all the way around. He's fast-pathed it to try and cap the vehicles, but I think they're the same speed. No, it's 8 kilometers an hour faster. But yeah, there's an enemy fox there. Difficult to keep track of everything with all the backline action. But there you go, he caps one supply, one empty vehicle, and he's getting shot by Harrier AAs, which is the best ASF that Berlin Command gets. Other ASFs have ripple fire, where they have their aim 9 on 2 things, but here they have it in 1. Here we go, the foxes are going ham. And did this not manage to... Okay, so the first one must have missed. Yeah, so I assumed he'd get 1 kill, but the first one missed. The AMX-30B really is the anti-fox, it's just it's slow. And this fox is now hiding. But yeah, it looks like Finn is going to get in here, but without AA. And it's just crazy because he's gone all the way around, but there's no one here. He could have just gone straight through. But yeah, this guy is pretty low, and this guy's not low. So as soon as Pbatt wakes up, he can deal with that. And, no, they're going past rifles. He's going to lose them all. He's going to lose them all. Oh, what is he doing? And then he, like... he noticed, and then he just drove them all through it even more than if he'd fast-pathed. Mirage 4 Seed. It's just being used to soak shots, I guess. He should evac it now, though. Humvee tows have good stealth. So... yeah. You'd expect the one with more HP to win. UK suffers. Harrier gets the kill. And yeah, you know, Finn really wasting his foxes by driving them past that. Like, this rifle's got 3 foxes. Just didn't have to happen. The first one, sure, you didn't know about it, but then you just move it back. Now he's moved it out and he's moving it back in again, but he is on a +3. And Pbatt got all these units up here with a mortar for a big attack. I can only assume. Seeded both sides so he could reinforce the middle, and then has chosen not to attack. So you hate to see it, really, because now Finn is just reinforcing. And he's missed his window. Like, why would you open mortar if not to smoke and go? Let me know in the comments section. But yeah, Finn, he's capped that and gone back, and now he's come over here, and he's like, oh, I'm not being shot at. That's interesting. And yeah, he's going to get this now. Most likely, although he's fast-pathed, so he's getting low accuracy. Oh, just stop it, man. Just do... No, is he really going to get away? What the hell is this? Is he just not paying attention? Because they're not... They're going to run out of fuel as well. Right, now they're stopped for better... Honestly, what a joke. Right, and now Pbatt's woken up. He's like, oh, I can attack. And that fox does eventually get this P4. And, yeah, there was just nobody here. First infantry unit into that zone now at 7 minutes in. This is looking pretty locked down. Would love to see an ATGM, perhaps, here. ATGM there could be cool. These guys trying to provide fire support, but can't really... I mean, what's the range? Yeah, so he needs to move this to here. And then it would be able to shoot, but he's not. He's left it there, so it's not shooting. Only has to be a little bit further forwards to shoot. Here we go, Berlin Light Rifles doing Berlin Light Rifles thing. Come on, you bought the mortar. Get some smoke on the go. Smoke off the light rifles. No, he's just running away. And this is just resupplying those light rifles up. Oh dear. Really lethargic attack from Pbatt. Harrier getting tagged by stingers. And we'll make it out by the looks of things, although there's a stinger here. Still no Nighthawk from Pbatt. Content to just not have a Nighthawk. Is he going to drive that out? He is not. Here we go, I can hear it, the whistle of the Nighthawk. Beautiful plane. Beautiful plane. Really stealthy. Got shot down by a Serbian with a microwave oven, but it's really stealthy, by the way. And here come the Harriers, so he's got to evac it. But you'll notice that the Harriers are actually only very, very slightly faster. Here we go, the mortar is now being used. So, yeah, it's very easy to keep the Nighthawk alive in this matchup. Say very easy. You might just get tagged by 2 stingers and die, but it's as easy as it's gonna be. Right, and now these guys are like, oh yeah, there's this side of the map. Yeah, so they're both sending loads of units in. Finn's down to 1 Fox, I believe this is the last Fox. The Engineers Dragon are low cohesion, so their accuracy is low, 40% times by 0.75, so 10% accuracy. So this one's probably gonna miss as well. Yeah, it does. This is almost out of fuel, though. Nighthawk got caught out by the Harrier, but the Harrier is just so slow and rubbish that the Nighthawk is probably going to get away. Because it just can't turn fast enough. It turns like a brick. I don't know why. It's supposed to... what? Where are the brain cells? Why would you just send another one out? You know this is here. You know this is here. You just saw it shoot your first one. It was lucky to survive. Oh my days. What a joke. What a joke. And then because the Harrier turned in circle. Oh my god. And then he panics. He panics and spams right click. And so it does the wide turn and it gets out. I am flabbergasted. I'm actually genuinely annoyed that I just witnessed that. Such retardation from both players. And you know, the reason that didn't get that Nighthawk was because he spammed right click on it instead of leaving it, so it decided to take the wide arc around instead of continuing on its present course of action, which would have brought it round to fire the guns. And you know, Finn shouldn't have even had the damn thing out in the first place. Right now, evac, because yeah, I mean, you don't have to wait for the missile to drop to evac, right? You just press evac. But if you want to choose your evac direction, then you do have to wait for the missiles to drop. Because if the missile drops on the LGBT, and then you right-click anywhere, it will lose its targeting. But if it's in the terminal stage of its flight, then it's not going to make a difference. But here we go. Finally, some Nighthawks out from Pbatt. But he's got to be careful, because there are 3 stingers here, and it's just like a luck thing. But yeah, he's messing up those Berlin Light Rifles. He's got his own Berlin Light Rifles, but he needs the supply. This guy's changed his mind. He's changed his mind. He's now going for that. Will he get it? I've noticed... yeah, he changed his right-click. So when you drop the bomb, you got to wait for the bomb to fall before you right-click anywhere. You can press evac, you can do that, that doesn't mess it up, but if you right-click something else, the bomb will just whiff and it will just go wherever it wants, and you saw it went pretty far away there. Engineer's flash just being walked into the enemy. Not sure about the efficacy of that, but I guess it's working. And we've gone from Pbatt having this huge commanding lead in the middle. He just didn't use it, lost the flanks, and then Finn reinforced the middle. So, you know, a lack of momentum But on this side, there's a lot of momentum. These AMX-30Bs are here. He needs some AA, otherwise the Nighthawks, both of which are still alive, are going to nail these. Although they are low HP, so we probably won't see them for about 5 minutes. So this is good stuff, but he doesn't want to, because this is going to blow him up, and he doesn't have recon, so he wants to be like here if he can. Will he get this? He should do. Yes, he gets the CV, and he's got a CV here. Harrier, HE, gonna miss his bombs because he, I'm pretty sure he just spammed right click on that. I'm not sure. It might have just been not his fault, but I'm just gonna blame him. Right, so he's trying to snipe the stingers with the Harrier, and that's actually really, really good play, because these take a long time to reload, and so that gives you time. Right, so there you go. Nighthawks, both Nighthawks alive for both players. It's literally just, you're just losing your stuff constantly. Finn deciding to buy artillery when his base is about to explode is one of the decisions of all time. And yeah, we got some serious Nighthawk bully here. He's going for the AA, which is intelligent, but as soon as you drop it, press V. Evac. It's empty. You don't have to wait for the bomb to fall. You don't have to wait. And I mean, now it is empty. There's really no reason for that to be there. He's still got 2 on these, but he doesn't see all this because he didn't put a guy in the church. If he had a guy in the church, he would be able to see basically everything in the town, almost everything. But as it stands, his empty Nighthawk is just sailing around, but he does have a Harrier to protect it. But yeah, using the Nighthawk to scout AA is not such a good idea. Another problem is that you don't want these out too long, because the resupply time is 60 seconds on the bomb, but fuel has its own resupply counter, and so you want these to be dropping their bombs and leaving as soon as possible. You don't want to be keeping them around, because then you can't use them as often, because it will take longer to resupply the fuel than it will to resupply the bomb. But yeah, he gets a tank there, and he's still got this on combat air patrol. And yeah, he's making good plays here. Has he brought it up? He has. Interesting decision to send it through the forest. What he could have done is sent it through here, and it would have gone much faster and still reached the same place. We got a Nighthawk. Does he see the CV? Oh, he sees the Pbats. He's so dead, man. Is that going to be the first takedown? No. Does it get out? What a joke. It actually gets out. I am flabbergasted. Over here, Finn just walking infantry into... yeah, there you go, you see. It's like an infantry... it's like a Wombat team, right? It's like an SPG-9 team. No, it's more like a very good 50 cal team. It's probably a better way of thinking about it. And yeah, when you're this close, and no AA in the push against the Nighthawks. You desperately need some stingers here, some minstrels, because the Nighthawks will just bully every single unit here. But Pbatt on a +2, Harrier AA sent out. I guess that's his AA against the Nighthawk. Artillery being used on the church, which is where people should be. I guess he probably used to be there, so he did actually use the church. Need to put the infantry in front of the tanks, really. And you want to be salvoing these recoilless rifles as often as possible. If you have recoilless rifles, you want them to be shooting or reloading. Just get your money's worth as much as possible. Gazelle rockets went forwards and then went back. He didn't lose one, though, which is good. And the rifles here are blocking this, but I guess you could probably have it here to the same effect. Pissy B went down to Pissy B. Nighthawk, does it see? Does it see? Should do. No, he changed his mind, but this Nighthawk definitely sees that Abrams, and that thing is so dead. So down it goes. Need to stop saying That's my learning objective. And you see, this is ostensibly an AA piece, but right, it's literally just flew straight over it. Just doesn't do anything. Look, it's all about the Nighthawks. If you can take out the enemy Nighthawks, you've got a chance. rifles against guys in buildings, realistically, the artillery should be hitting these buildings. That's what you want right now, but sadly, no. This guy can't even see, but he will win that fight. Nighthawk, still here, just loitering. You don't really want to be doing that. But yeah, I guess... Well, you know, it's just about the fuel costs and stuff. But yeah, he sees the CV, crucially. And did you see that he right-clicked off it, but he waited for the bomb to be in the terminal phase of flight? So when the bomb's not moving anymore, you can right-click it off. But if you want the bomb to keep moving, if if there's a fast-moving target or something, then you don't want to be doing it until... What was that panic, man? He should have just taken... Like... Nah, you deserve to lose that. The first one dropped its bombs, evac right, didn't get shot, right? And the second one dropped its bombs, tried to evac right, and then he like clicked over to the left, so it went forward just a little bit more, and the Pbatt just ate it alive. Here we go, the artillery was being used on those buildings. So now it's Pbatt's only got one Nighthawk left. And yeah, he just didn't bring any AA in this push. And he still hasn't... I mean, he's bought some Pbats now, but no man pads, like particularly when you've got the buildings, which he doesn't have anymore. But yeah, when he loses this zone, which he will do in about 20 seconds, because it takes ages to recap a zone now, thus making it easier to just get a guy in a zone for a couple seconds and then take him out. So it's actually... The problem they've tried to fix is now worse than it was before. Because it looked like before the patch, this would have capped that zone by now. But Pbatt's still on a +2, because it just takes so much longer to cap. So that was a poor decision. It's interesting that they choose this part of the barn to be in, and, you know, why? Why not here? Any particular reason? And, yeah, we got some tank combat over here. It's good that the artillery's firing basically all the time. Although that's obviously dead now. But yeah, Pbatt losing the Nighthawk really didn't have to. I do like this though, with the Fox and the Fox rounds. But it'll be quite difficult for him to break this, because he can't get in that fast. And then the enemy will simply send more infantry in. And they're the same division. Although Finn decides that he just wants more artillery. To be honest, in these town fights, it's a good idea. Although I think 2 is probably sufficient. And Pbatt's using the mortar as well. So that's good. Do like to see that. Very defensive unit here. Not sure what it's seeing, right? If it's in this house, it could probably see all this. But there, it can't actually see very far forwards, so I don't know why it's there. Literally can't see over here, so why is it there? No recon helicopters for either player. Which are really good at spotting the backline units. They die pretty fast to Foxes, so you have to spot it and then immediately get it out, but it's something at least. And the engine... So this is like quality versus quantity. It's just the RAF rifles have a very high strength, and so they are the quantity. And there goes the mortar. That's why you need to keep the car with it and move it around. Easier said than done. And I think Pbatt should know that he's just never getting back in there. Let's just wait. Like, look at that. That is crazy. Put some tanks in that. Click Q, click this. Obviously, don't click Q on the tanks because they'll exceed the infantry. But just send all that forwards. You'll take that zone. Easily. Easily. But yeah, I admire both players' willingness to keep all the Gazelle rockets alive, because dumbfire rockets are so useless now that if you lose a couple of them, they just become like, they just don't do anything. You need basically all of them to kill one squad now, which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. Right, so Nighthawk's back out, but no targets because the church has actually been destroyed. So not sure who committed that war crime. IDF moment. Destroying churches. Don't tell me they both... No, they went on different units. And there you go. He gets them out. Big stack here for the big attack. Probably revealed its hand by all those Pbatt shooting. And you see the Harrier just can't shoot them. It's all about the Nighthawks. That's what this matchup is all about. I cannot state this enough. But yeah, RF rifles. I guess they're 30 points now, which is quite high. But they are 12 men. And you'll see that they will win this. Even though these guys have flash and satchels, they will win this. Humvee TOW should win this fight. Gets popped by the 50% accuracy gun, so fair enough, and the TOW didn't have time to arrive before it got exploded. And yeah, good artillery play on the wrong building. But it's a nice idea. And you see that this is really not very good, but, you know, because you get stunned and all that. So this guy's now going to change his mind. He's not just going to walk into it. Pbatt's not just going to walk his guy into the artillery salvo. Pbatt surely would not walk his guy into the artillery salvo. I mean, if it was up to me, he would have taken 10 damage there. And a big screen should have come up saying, idiot. But sadly, it's not. And yeah, Finn really likes his artillery. Really likes his artillery. But he could use some more infantry. He's not going to take this with just artillery. He could also use one man pad. Oh, he's got one. He's got a Stinger here. I guess he can't really move it up properly because of the MX-30Bs. But if he managed to get it into this house, it could start picking off these. One at a time. Harrier HE1 doesn't drop its bombs, but the Nighthawk's back out, and it's just going to get... Oh, no, but there's Pbats. He knows about the Pbats because they shot him last time. But he's still... Like, what? What a play! Is it going to work? He's lost visual because of the stealth, so he's trying to chase it manually. Really good play, actually. Really good play. I guess he knows his division well, because, you know, he's also playing Berlin Command. So he knows that how much damage the Pbats are going to do to that Nighthawk. But the Harrier HE is basically a bona fide ASF. But he's lost vision. It's just they're so stealthy, and this only has normal air optics, so it's difficult. You know, pushing without no Stinger. So he's going for the Pbats again. And he's gonna get it, and down it goes. And so you see this entire push is just stopped by the Nighthawks, and that's why this meta matchup, this meta mirror matchup, is all about the Nighthawks. And the artillery is paying dividends, actually. I think Pbatt would benefit from just buying 155mm howitzer, putting it on counter battery and moving it after every salvo. Takes a lot of micro, and it's not actually about killing these. You won't kill them because they have 8 strength, and the artillery is so lethargically terrible. But you'll kill these, and it's mainly about forcing the enemy to move all his arty and stuff like that. You see he's actually sold his vehicles, so counter battery would be extremely effective against all this. But instead he just bombs one of them, which is pretty funny, actually. And Pbatt's still got one Nighthawk left in the fight, but if he idles it over all these Stingers, it's gonna die. Like, look at that. He's flying straight over them, and they don't see him. You need radar AA, but this... the Pbats is the only thing that's radar AA. And I've noticed... No, Finn does have Pbats, because there's some over here. So Pbat's still trying over here. I think he's in for a nasty surprise, to be honest. But he knows he has to do something because he's behind with 14 minutes left. He needs to get some points on the board. So this guy continuing to loiter at the expense of the US taxpayer who pays for the fuel. And Pbatt has taken this back because Finn bought a bunch of artillery instead of a bunch of infantry. I mean, artillery is good, but it has diminishing returns. This much artillery is just a waste of time. Where's that going? It's going there, and it gets achieved to Mark 10, so that's a good kill. Harrier AA does not have the same stealth, so if it flies over these man pads, it will die. And Finn has to retreat his Nighthawk because of this Harrier. So good play from Pbatt. Yeah, you should just leave this loitering around here like you did last time, although, you know, you got to be careful of man pads and so on. But yeah, Pbatt's unwillingness to push the center at the start has really cost him heavily in this game. He's got the advantage even now, and he's still not pushing. Like, he could just push up here. Because these tanks can't help with that, and they didn't help anyway, because Finn had them too far back. But he's pushing here, which is fair enough, but It's difficult because you just can't see. You just can't see, and none of this is recon, because the fox was recon and it's dead. So that's cool, it makes a cool water sound effect, did you hear that? That was a cool water sound effect. So he's just going for the walk forward approach, but no fire support? Well, okay, I guess he's got the 2 tanks. But yeah, he's got to keep this hidden because the Nighthawk's going to come in. It's going to kill another tank. Oh no. Finn decides that a 25 point Polizei reserve. Actually, you just got 2 transports there, which was 40 points total. That's apparently more important than the 2 tanks. But yeah, you see that you just can't stop this because the Harriers are so slow. And that's why this mirror matchup is so incredibly ridiculous. It's just all about the Nighthawks and getting the kills on the Nighthawks. These guys should be going for this building, not for there, because from the building they could shoot the whole corner of the zone anyway, but I guess he doesn't know that. But you could find out. Oh no, he's found out, he's found out. I'll just get in the building, bro. So, over here we could expect to see that tank explode momentarily, so we'll just keep an eye on it down here while we watch this. Is that a Nighthawk? No, it's a Harrier HE-1. I'll see if it drops its bombs this time. It's going for the tank. Yeah, and it just gets immediately killed because it doesn't have the stealth. Over here, this guy's somehow still alive. Never mind. So that did put Pbatt on a +2, and you see he's still on the +2, even though he's, you know, it's silly. It's silly. I don't like it. So he's run out of tanks, so he's just buying command tanks now. But without the AA, he would just continue to get bullied, and so I guess that's why this is here. And he's got his own Nighthawk. And he should evac as soon as it drops, but I guess he wants to keep it around. The Stingers just don't seem to be able to see it, even when it flies directly over them. And so yeah, okay, I guess that was a good play. But now the Pbats can see it, and the Pbats will tell the Stingers where it is. The Javelins even. Is he going to lose it? He doesn't. So he's still got that, but we won't be seeing it for like 5 minutes, and there's only 10 minutes left. He's buying Hell Arms, but he knows about the manpads, so that strikes me as a bit of a desperation play. This guy's about to get eaten alive by MIPs, by Meeps. The Meeps are Meepsing. No, that wasn't very good. I'll edit that part out. Yeah. Harrier AA finally overstays its welcome, flies over this. All that could have been sent forwards. Very surprised by Pbat's decision to just leave it there. I mean, he is winning, so it actually doesn't surprise me, because he doesn't have to do it. But I would do it just for the lulz. Really needs to get these tanks into a position where they can help. And, yeah, because like this one doesn't help. 9 minutes? Oh, he's gonna get in the zone. Needs to move this up to here, so that he can see this side, because this is a pseudo recon, because it's got security, so when it stood still, it's good optics. So he needs to move this up to here. But he's not, he's just like, there's no point in having it there. Because if it was here, he'd see the whole reinforcements. And he needs to get this, needs to get one of these tanks up to like here, and then he can shoot all the reinforcements. But as it stands, here come the reinforcements. And obviously he has to be careful about the LGBTs constantly killing his units. And yeah, the Hell Arms are proving useless because of the manpads. He's looking for the CV. It's not gonna work. Oh! What? That looks like it was going there. I've got a screw loose, clearly. And yeah, he's just picking them off. All this time he's picking them off. No AA, no Pvads. You need Pvads and manpads. The Pvad spots, the manpad kills. But instead, he's just buying more and more infantry and hoping for the best. But the fire support are the ones that are going to go down, and they're not so easily replaced. It's total air bully by the Nighthawk. That's what I was talking about. It's just all about the Nighthawk in this this mirror matchup. I kept wanting to say meta. In this mirror matchup. Because this division cannot really deal with Nighthawks. Because it's not really expected to, right? Because it is the Nighthawk div. So rifles will really make short work of these meeps. Because those FR... Oh, why did he unload there? Get him in, get him in. Don't do that. Get the chieftain in front. Leave it in the zone, leave it in the zone. Oh no, he's got CV here, so it doesn't actually matter. And then that last targeting, but yeah, the rifles are just clean this straight up. Bam, 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 bam. Pbatt has bought artillery for counter battery, and he's just left it there. And he is slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. None of this has AT. Really needs to get... Has he got any of the Politsai reserve left? No, they're all dead. Really needs to get some recon up to here. Potentially an ATGM team. This building would be good. What? What? I would have thought that would have been in minimum range. I guess it was just outside of minimum range. And yeah, you see the 155s are just awful. It's just because the splash is just rubbish. So unless you're against a two-man manpad team with corrected shot, you're not going to win. So he will have corrected shot because of the sec. Needs some supply for that recoilless rifle team, and he's got it. Harrier HE. And here we go again. No pivads, no manpads. He's got this though, and there's no. I think he should be able to get one of these. If he doesn't, he's not noticed. He's not noticed. And then, yeah, and then because of the turning circles, this is going to get out, because this will actually not turn in time. Because the Harrier, one of the most maneuverable planes in existence, due to its VTOL ability, and its thrust vectoring, actually gets outturned by a stealth plane, which got blown up by a Serbian with a toaster. So, yeah, you hate to see it. This is so frustrating to watch. It's just, he's not going to get either of them, even though he was right on top of them. And a lot of it is micro misplay. A lot of it is micro misplay, but the unit itself really doesn't lend itself to being easily microed. So, Pbatt is going to be on a plus nothing in a second, so he's got to fast path this in. The Gazelle rockets have been wasted. They're not coming back. I believe he was just using them to spot targets for the Nighthawks. The Nighthawks, which are still alive. And Finn just sitting on 12,000 men on this part. The Milan 2's going to mess this up. But you would expect the rifles to win that fight. Really needs to get people into these buildings, though. Gazelle rocket's dead on this side. There's only 4 minutes left. Pbatt, he needs those points. He needs to kill this with his artillery, which is sat in the truck. These guys just chilling out while their mates die. 8 strength, by the way. There's only 2 guys there. And yeah, the rifle's sort of in a dumb position to be like here. Uh-oh, this isn't looking up. But you'd expect that, yeah, the stationary one should fire first, so it should win. And you see the recoilless rifles are not very accurate. But yeah, this is stationary, and so it's just winning. The rifles really need to get over here. There goes the Harrier AA. No, it's still alive. There goes the CV. Pbatt's going to be on a +2 now. And he's got a... What? What? That's what happens when you just buy artillery. You can obviously see that. You can obviously see that. What Pbatt needs to do is unload these and smoke this. Because he's obviously visible. What's he doing? No! Where are you going? He didn't fully cap the zone! He didn't fully cap the zone. He could be on plus more. Could be on plus more, but I guess he's scared because he knows things are coming for him, and those pivots would kill this. So I guess it was the right decision to make. But he could have sent it down here and then into there. Easy. When I know where all the units are, it's easy for me, right? But obviously he doesn't. He's overtaken Finn, so Pbatt's winning now. But Like, just send all of your recon helicopters here and try and find that CV. You know it has to be here. Where else could it possibly be but the trees? Right, now this needs to be microed behind a building. You can't just leave it in the corner because this is going to come and kill it. It needs to get it behind a building or just advance it further. But yeah, here it's about to die. +5 for Pbatt. He is winning. What a turnaround. I thought he'd had it. I actually thought he'd had it. Actually, is it going to be a draw? And now he's... Oh, no, no, no. And then he left the zone. I mean, it's not going to make... Yeah, it would have made a huge difference, because you saw how close it was to capping the zone. And he left the zone. He's panicking. Get all this and send it over here. You need to find that CV. You've got 2 minutes. What the hell? What is that? So Finn, he's getting in here with the smokes. Pbatt a bit slow in the reaction, and because he just sent his CV up here, there's nothing contesting this. Crucially, there's nothing contesting that. So that's going to get a free cap. I mean, the Humvee tow, obviously, it can't hurt this, but this can't really hurt that. I mean, it'll shoot the machine guns at it. It won't do a whole lot. But look, you gotta push! You gotta push! You know it has to be here. You know it has to be here. If you don't have time for this, just click all that and click Q over here. Get it forwards. Find the CV. Use the artillery. Buy a CV for this. I think he might be out. And then... Oh, he's just making mistake after mistake here. You don't want to... Oh, no, hang on. There are 2. I take it all back. Take it all back. Take it all back. Find it. There we go. He's finally clocked on. I mean, he's got like all these tanks here. Could have just fast passed them down this road. That'll miss anyway. The laws will get it. And the tank will get it. Okay, so Pbatt. I think he's won. This is interesting. The tank's behind it. Final Nighthawk just being wasted. These Nighthawks being just targeting whatever they can. Bit of friendly fire there. Just kill your own CV because you've got another one coming. That's base strat. And oh no, but the Humvee tows. 18 seconds. This thing's so dead, man. Yeah, 4 Humvee tow. Yeah, that one. So yeah, and then he lost one on this side, so it was like 3 CVs dead. Yeah, really great turnaround from Pbatt. Finn, if you're watching this, let me know about your decision to buy 8 artillery pieces and leave like 50 men in this back zone. But yeah, really interesting game. Neither player deserved to win that. Obviously, they've reset the ladder, right? So we don't know how many games these guys actually have. You can reset your normal rank, normal plays games as well. But in the last month, Pbatt's had... just under 40 games, and that just comes up with my profile picture, even though it's not me. It's not me. I wouldn't make those kind of mistakes. But yeah, lots. Just a really rage-inducing. I'm glad I wasn't in that game. I think if I was in that game, I'd be really unhappy. Let me know what you think. Would you be happy if you were in that game, getting all your stuff blown up by foxes on the back line, facing up against Nighthawks that you can't kill, committing regicide? Let me know.